So, this is delicious.
Okay.
Is this where we're at now? Just eat whatever tastes good? Like these sweet honey clusters?
Actually, there's a half a day's worth of fiber in every...
Why stop at cereal? Bring on the pork chops and the hot fudge. Fantastic.
You done, sweetie?
Yeah.
Fiber beyond recognition. Fiber One.
Hey, I love your cereal there. It's got that sweet honey taste, but no way it's 80 calories, right? No way.
Lady, I just drive the truck.
Right? There's no way, right?
Have a nice day.
80 delicious calories. Fiber One.
Capital One's new cash rewards card gives you a 50% annual bonus, so you earn 50% more cash. According to research, everybody likes more cash. Well, almost everybody. Would you like 50% more cash? No. But it's more money.
The new Capital One Cash Rewards Card. The card for people who want 50% more cash.
What's in your wallet? Whoa!
Monaco Rare Coins has just discovered a hoard of absolutely stunning, original, mint condition Morgan silver dollars. The Morgan silver dollar are the most collected U.S. rare coin in existence. The 1917 Pittman Act destroyed most all silver and gold coins that were in treasury vaults at the time. We're very excited to have discovered this hoard because they're so limited in numbers today in this kind of condition. Original mint condition is what we're looking at on these particular hoard. You've got an opportunity today to literally buy these coins for pennies on the dollar in relation to where they've traded at in the past years.
Now you can purchase 20 certified brilliant uncirculated Morgan silver dollars from Monaco and receive the 21st coin for only $1.
Take advantage of this introductory offer. These coins are over 100 years old. Once you hold one of these original mint condition, gem quality coins in your hands, history just comes alive. Give us a call at Monaco Rare Coins and reserve yours today.
All eyes on the Critical Jobs Report. What will the new numbers reveal about our economic outlook? Varney breaks it all down. Plus, Connell and Dagan watch the market's reaction tomorrow on Fox Business.
20 pages. Boom. The other office devices, they don't get me. They're all like, hey brother, doesn't it bother you that no one notices you? And I'm like, doesn't it bother you? You're not reliable? And they say, shut up. And I'm like, you shut up. In business, it's all about reliability. Because these guys aren't just hitting print, they're hitting dream. So that's what I do. I print dreams, baby. Big dreams.
You wouldn't buy Universal Fit shoes for your feet? Why buy Universal Fit parts for your car? Go to rockauto.com. Parts from rockauto.com fit your car exactly. And they're easier to install because they have the same connectors and brackets as your car's original parts. And at Rock Auto, original equipment quality costs less than other stores charge for generics. Order online, delivered to your home or office. rockauto.com. All the parts your car will ever need.
I'm not happy. At least I'm not happy enough. Once I had a brain scan where scientists examined my brain activity. They concluded that biologically, I'm one of those people who is prone to be less happy than other people. That's terrible. On the other hand, maybe my unhappiness made me work harder, try harder. I worked hard in school and in my first job because I thought if I was successful, then I'd be happy. So maybe that brought me success in my career, and maybe it's why I have this TV show. Still, it's not worth it. I'd rather just be happy. There aren't many things more important in life than happiness. So I envy one group of people. This group has consistently been shown to be happier than average. Religious people. Why are they happier? The book Buddha's Brain professes to have some scientific answers to why spirituality brings happiness. The author is psychologist Dr. Rick Hansen. So why?
There are a lot of reasons. One is that often religious people feel more connected with others and they have more of a sense of meaning in life. Religious people often do specific practices with their own brains, prayer or meditation or related kinds of contemplative practices that have been shown in very solid scientific studies to gradually change the brain for the better over time. For example, building up capacities for controlling attention, being more mindful, being more tuned into yourself, and having more ability to put negative emotional reactions in context.
But let's break this down. I hear being more tuned into yourself. If you're depressed, you can be tuned into yourself and wallow in your unhappiness.
That's right. You can have an extreme sense of being into your own body or caught up in your own emotions, but oftentimes spiritual practice, and again, broadly defined, helps people step back from those reactions so they're aware of them, but in a more spacious and mindful way.
So, and we know this really is true. I mean, it's hard, you can't exactly measure happiness, but they ask religious people, how do you feel about your life? And they tend to say, I'm happy, more than those of us who, unfortunately...
On the average, there are, of course, many happy people who are not religious and unhappy people who are religious. But on the average, yes, religiosity, broadly defined, does tend to be a factor of happiness.
And that is one way they measure it. They ask people questions. This is another test that people once did, that they just simply said, which of these is you on this chart here? And you can go from the total smiley face here to the frown. And if you look at the percentages, I find it very interesting that so many Americans, and this is an American test, rate themselves this happy, most people. I put myself somewhere in here. And religious people are more likely to pick the higher number. Now, some people might say, look, it's because you're happy, you tend to be happier if you have social interactions, family, friends. And if you're religious, you probably go to church, you have more interaction with your church group.
Right.
Maybe that's why.
Most of what affects happiness are factors inside the mind, in people's own psychology. And that's where I think you see people who have a spiritual life engaging those factors. And I think they have lessons to teach people who are not religious about finding a sense of gratitude, for example, in things, a sense of meaning, and as well as being willing to do little practices that are pretty easy to do, where you gradually train your mind and therefore change your brain for the better over time.
And Buddha's brain argues that there are little practices that non-religious people like me could do that would make me happier.
One of my favorite is to take in the good several times a day. Just take 10, 20, 30 seconds in a row with a positive experience. No one needs to know you're doing it. And it gradually defeats the negativity bias of the brain, which is like Velcro for negative experiences. Once burned, twice shy. Because that's what our ancestors had to learn to deal with negative experiences. But positive experiences...
Just think about the good?
Stay with it.
Gee, no one's chopped off my arm. I feel good about that.
Little things. Flowers are blooming. Your kid still smiles at you. Ain't dead yet.
Ain't dead yet. That's good. Well, 92% of Americans say they believe in God or in some universal spirit. 80% say they pray regularly. And all this helps move people toward happiness.
Yes, and it's also important to realize that religiosity is a wide spectrum. There are a lot of people who describe themselves as religious who don't participate in organized religion.
50% of Americans, according to the latest Pew report, report meditating regularly, several times a month. I find that half of Americans are meditating?
It is really remarkable. In the last 30 years, there's been a wave of research about the benefits of some kind of mindfulness or meditative or prayerful practice for physical health. It strengthens the immune system. It helps reduce the symptoms of a number of medical conditions. It helps people tolerate the distress, for example, better of things like cancer. It improves productivity at work. There's a recent issue of the Harvard Business Review. We were talking about that talks about how happiness and mindfulness training actually can go to the bottom line in terms of profit. So I think
a company with happy workers makes more money.
Yeah, and interestingly, recent studies have shown that practicing relaxation routinely in one form or another actually changes the genes that control the stress response. It reaches down into the genes inside of our neurons and helps make them more effective in terms of us being more able to be resilient in the face of difficulties.
Well, I tried transcendental meditation for 2 years. They said it would make me happier and cure my stuttering. It did neither. I wasted 2 years on that, I think. You never know.
Be careful about those kind of claims.
Thank you, Rick Hansen. Very interesting. Coming up, something else that really does make people happy. And if you do more of it, you'll make other people happy too.